Это база до подготовки бойцов. Первичная подготовка проходит в Молькино. А здесь бойцов уже опытных доподготавливают по специальности. Поэтому там воспитывают орлят, а здесь уже делают нормальных людоедов.
Tycoon, warlord and Putin's greatest enemy was believed to have been killed in a plane crash yesterday, with all 10 passengers believed to have been killed. So the man that came to be Putin's former lapdog and presiding over the most powerful mercenary group in the world. Putin's favourite chef started out flogging hot dogs on the streets of St. Petersburg. He had a stint in jail for theft, came out of that in the emerging of the crumbling Soviet empire, and met Putin in the early 2000s and received lucrative state contracts that led to his billions. He was seen in the upper echelons of world politics, in the backgrounds of photos with Bush, Tony Blair. He was always there, the shadowy figure, and then he was the perfect person for Putin to put in charge of this brutal force that does Putin's bidding all over the world, across Africa, across the Middle East. And then with the outbreak of the Ukraine war, he emerged from the shadows. He became this important, open, reckless figure that continuously challenged the military top brass.
И вместо того, чтобы потратить снаряд, убить противника, сохранить жизнь нашего солдата, убивают наших солдат, а счастливый дедушка думает, что ему хорошо.
The veiled threats became more intense as the war went on. He complained about a lack of munitions, he complained about his soldiers dying in horrific numbers, and he challenged Putin directly at some points, calling him a grandpa and other more expletives.
И как выиграть войну, если вдруг случайно, я просто предполагаю, окажется, что этот дедушка законченный мудак.
So Prigozhin's mercenary army was heavily involved in one of the bloodiest battles of the Ukraine war so far. They spent months trying to capture the small city of Bakhmut.
20:05:2023. Сегодня пополудня в 12.
And in May he claimed complete control of it, a claim that was then undermined by Ukrainian security forces. He neglected to mention any role of the Russian army in there, and from that point onwards, his battle against Putin and the Russian army just got more increasingly bold and defiant and reckless. Prigozhin's ongoing battles with the military top brass culminated in this extraordinary 24 hours of an attempted coup. This armed rebellion reached within 124 miles of Moscow, and Putin came out on state TV, very rare for him, and called him a traitor who was stabbing in the back of Russia. From there, experts suggested that he was a dead man walking, and it was just a matter of time till Putin took his revenge. He raided his St. Petersburg mansion, got pictures all over the internet of Prigozhin in wigs. He tried to undermine his character. He tried to remove the love Russian people had from him. Once the Wagner troops were sent into exile and stationed now in Belarus, it is reported that this is the moment Putin decided to take his revenge of the suspected downing of Prigozhin's private plane.